Thousands of Palestinians are making the long walk back to their homes after Israeli troops pull back under a new ceasefire with Hamas. Since the truce took effect at noon yesterday, Gaza officials say roughly 200,000 people have returned to the north of the Strip.
واحنا والله تعبنا كثير 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 والحمد لله لقيت اهلنا راجعين على غزة وان شاء الله ربنا بياخذ باليد ويكون قدامنا كويسة البلد وتكون دورنا نلاقي لنا خرج نقعد فيه.
This is only the first step of a U.S. brokered deal. A 72-hour clock is now ticking for Hamas to free the remaining 448 hostages seized in October 7 attacks 2 years ago. In exchange, Israel will release 250 Palestinian prisoners, along with 1,700 Gazans detained during the war. U.S. President Donald Trump says the hostages will be returned on Monday.
This morning I'm here because I couldn't sleep all night. It's been a few nights that we can't sleep. We want them back, and we feel that everything is just hanging on a thread, and I can't heal. None of us can.
Mr. Trump is expected in the Middle East tomorrow. He plans to address Israel's parliament and could join a summit in Egypt on the next phase of the plan for Gaza. And for more, Blake Sifton is tracking the latest for CNA live from Tel Aviv. Blake, thank you for joining us. Now, what can we expect out of President Trump's visit to the Middle East?
Good evening. President Trump's visit is timed to coincide with the release of the hostages, which, as you say, is expected on Monday. He has said that Hamas are preparing for that release and that they are retrieving the hostages now. Now, when President Trump is in Egypt, he is expected to attend a signing ceremony along with the other guarantors of this agreement, Turkey, Egypt, as well as Qatar. And he will also attend a summit focused on the future of Gaza and the rest of his 20-point peace plan. That will focus on the post-war governance of Gaza, security, as well as reconstruction. We understand that that summit will be attended by senior leaders from Europe, as well as from Egypt, the UAE, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Pakistan, Turkey, and Indonesia. But notably absent from that meeting will be Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel. Earlier in the day on Monday, President Trump will be in Israel. He will address the Knesset, and it's something of a victory tour for him. He's expected to bask in the thanks and the glory of this deal, because he is wildly popular in Israel. People here are very thankful to him for pushing this hostage release deal through, and most politicians in this country as well have been thankful and are celebrating him. However, he'll also surely, when he makes his address to the Knesset, try to push forward the rest of this deal, the rest of his 20-point peace plan, because up until this point, this is really a ceasefire agreement, what's been agreed so far, but the wider peace plan will take more work. And it is opposed by many of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's far-right coalition partners who will be watching that speech very closely. They have advocated that if Hamas is not destroyed and dismantled, that Israel should go back to war after the hostages have been released. However, President Trump and the United States have guaranteed that that is not supposed to happen and will not happen.
Blake, I want to talk about the situation on the ground. Reports citing a delay in aid entering Gaza. What can you tell us?
That's right. Even though President Trump said there is consensus from everyone on how this deal is supposed to work and how it's meant to move forward, one part of that is that some 600 trucks of aid were expected. It's supposed to begin entering Gaza from the moment the ceasefire took hold. 600 trucks of aid per day is the amount that humanitarian organizations say is needed to meet the needs of the people in Gaza. Over the 2 years of the war, at many periods, there's been far less than that, sometimes no trucks entering per day for large stretches of time, sometimes only as few as 50, and in the recent weeks, it's been around 300. Now, we heard from a UNICEF representative today that said that they are standing by, ready to flood Gaza with aid. The UN has said that as well. However, that so far the main crossings that need to open for that to happen haven't been opened yet, and once they are opened, they need to be operated efficiently. The UN has said that they have some 6,000 trucks worth of aid, medicine, as well as shelter goods ready to go into Gaza to meet the needs of the people. Now, some good news on the horizon. We understand from Italy's defense minister that the Rafah crossing between Gaza and Egypt is set to open on Tuesday. That has traditionally been a major transit point for aid into Gaza, but it's been closed for quite a long time. We've also heard from the UN that say that some 500,000 people in Gaza need urgent medical treatment for the effects they are suffering of famine. And the United Nations has also said that once they're able to fully enter Gaza, they are ready and prepared to rehabilitate critical infrastructure, including bakeries, water lines, as well as the sewage system.
A lot of things to be done. Thank you for that update. Blake Sifton covering this story for CNA from Tel Aviv.